Hello, good day, my SF viewers. This is Satellite Media. Let us look at the mood in the southeastern part of the country. Of course, it is jubilation, celebration all the way as the man, Senator Abaribe, pledged to shorty the man Nnamdi Kanu again. Remember that Senator Abaribe was the man that shorty the Nnamdi Kanu in the past with where he stick 100 million naira. And at a point, the military invaded Nnamdi Kanu's residence in Abia State, Afaruku to be precise, where he have to run for his dear life. It was alleged that he jumped bail, though the Supreme Court has since settled that issue that he never jumped bail. And in the course of the prosecution, we understand that Court of Appeal Nigeria ruled that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. As such, he should be released unconditionally. Though the federal government appealed the case, and the case was supposed to start from start de novo, the Nnamdi Kanu himself has since asked Justice Peter Anyaku to recuse herself. Of course, she already recused herself from the case, and the case is here to be assigned to another judge. And the way it stands today, every stakeholder from the region has spoken that the panacea for peace in that region is to allow the man Nnamdi Kanu go. We have seen the likes of senators from the southeastern part of the country meeting with the Attorney General of the Federation, asking that the man should be let go. We're calling same minority caucus in the House of Representatives meeting together, asking that Nnamdi Kanu should be left off the hook. We have seen American veterans of Igbo descent recently telling Igbo leaders, particularly the governors of the southeastern part of the country, to synergize with the president and see the possibility of Nnamdi Kanu release. And at the point, they made it clear that if the governors were not willing, at least the governor of Abia State, where Nnamdi Kanu came from, should take it upon himself and take a bold step to push for his release. And looking at what the conversation and the information that came from Senator Abaribe, that the president should listen to his Attorney General, and talking about Lateef Fagbemi, it goes to show that they had a fruitful discussion with the Attorney General, because remember that in the course of the process to have Nnamdi Kanu released, the senators had conversation with the man, the Attorney General of the Federation, and after that conversation, the public were not in the know of what actually transpired behind the scene. But hence, the senator is coming out clearly to ask the president to obey, or rather take advice of his Attorney General. It means that his Attorney General actually, and it means that the Attorney General of the Federation actually wants the man Nnamdi Kanu off the hook. Then again, we have seen a decent voice that is talking in another direction, though everybody have condemned what looked like a statement that should not come from a leader. I'm talking about the statement that recently came from the governor of Anambra State, talking about Chukwuma Soludo recently, where he said that the release of Nnamdi Kanu may not end insecurity in the region. Everybody have condemned that statement, that he ought not to make that statement, because everybody have agreed that the release of Nnamdi Kanu is a panacea for peace in that region. Because currently, you cannot take that away. You cannot deny that in the southeastern part of the country, there is high level of insecurity. And stakeholders have equally alluded to the fact that miscreants, criminals are taking advantage of the detain of Nnamdi Kanu, using his name to perpetrate all manner of evil, all manner of crime, that once it's out, all those evil that are using his name to perpetrate will be a thing of the past. But again, I think the important thing is let the government release him first and see what will happen going forward. Because however I look at it, the welfare of the people and their security is very paramount to governance. Section 14 of that Constitution as amended is very clear that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. So to that extent, if the government want to guarantee the security of people and their welfare, particularly their security, and all the stakeholders have spoken that once you let this man go, the security of the people will be enhanced. I think is the way to go, since it will actually enhance the security of the people. Then looking at agitation generally, particularly the agitation for the sovereign state of Biafra, I think the government at this point should tinker with the idea of having a roundtable conversation, because self-determination, you cannot take that, you cannot force it. It is a right that every Nigerian can exercise, because going by UN Convention on Human Rights, going by the even African Charter on Human Rights, self-examination have been ratified in Nigeria. To that extent, it's already a law in Nigerian legal jurisprudence. So if somebody is coming under that platform without wanton destruction of lives and property, you cannot fault that person that the person is breaking any known law, whether locally or internationally. Of course, if you go and look at the charges they preferred against Nnamdi Kanu, you will not see any area where they say you are wrong for talking about self-determination, because whether we like it or not, it's a right that you cannot fault anyone if he say he's talking about self-determination. The important thing is that it must be done within the ambits of the law, that is without wanton destruction of life and property. So, and again, just like Professor Wolosheka will always say, that Biafra is an ideology. That you cannot defeat ideology through, you cannot defeat an ideology through the barrel of gun. We have seen all the effort of government, whether through hounding, intimidation, arresting, prosecution, trying to cow people, trying to intimidate people to stop the agitation. And you see that all the strategy is not working. And you cannot continue doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. I think at this point, the best thing to do is to address it from the ideological point of view. And to go through that route is to have everybody on a roundtable conversation to chart the way forward. Because currently, the grand norm, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is 40. It's 40 because it is not people's oriented. And I think that's the basis for which every other thing in Nigeria is not working. So if you have a roundtable conversation where they can tinker with that grand norm and have a people's oriented constitution, I think it will address a whole lot of issues that make Nigerians not comfortable with the current status quo, with special reference to the agitation issue. So for me, I think the best way to go is a roundtable conversation. Then looking at what came from the senator representing Delta North Central District, the Senate, the other time, talking about the arrest of Samonepa. Of course, he made a statement before the arrest of Samonepa in Finland, saying that if you arrest Samonepa, 100,000 Samonepa will emerge. That goes to show that the arrest, intimidation is not the panacea to stop agitation. Rather, engagement, constructive engagement is the way to go. We have seen the arrest of Samonepa in Finland recently, and we have equally seen the likes of Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and even the likes of Ogen Kere, who understand who is the financial secretary of the Biafra government in exile. Of course, we understand that Dr. Ngozi Orabweze is the chief of staff to Samonepa. We have seen people struggling to fill the vacuum left behind by Samonepa's absence. So it goes to show that people are not deterred by the arrest of their leaders. So it goes to show that the best way to address this issue is not arrest, prosecution, hounding, intimidation. Rather, the best way is constructive engagement. Just like I cited Professor Woloshenka's earlier statement, that it is an ideology that cannot be defeated through the barrel of gun, rather through constructive engagement. So the government should come and address this issue through ideological point of view. I must say very thank you for your time. This is Satellite Media and I'm Mr. Matthew. Thank you for your time.